Hi, it's Mark from Saphrox Studios here. About 2 years ago, I heard about a product for an acoustic guitar called Power Pins. They were a replacement pin that fit on your bridge and supposed to increase volume and sustain. And I finally tracked them down. The Bigrock Engineering Power Pins version 2. I just bought a set, I've not opened the box, and I am going to experience what I'm finding in here in front of you guys. My idea today is that I'm going to put these onto this AW400CE guitar here. It's got just its original plastic pins, and I'm thinking maybe this will upgrade the tone, the sound, just a fraction, just maybe give it that extra spice that it might need after the 20 years I've had it. So yeah, let's go ahead and find out. Now, I tracked these down from Thomann in Germany. They cost me about 57 euros, which works out to be about 52 quid. They're an American company. It says on the package they should be $67.99, and their website you can track them down from is f1pick.com. Let's go find out what they look like. So I have in here lots of paper and a bag. Right, so there we go. Apparently that's 52 quid's worth of stuff. I'm going to say I don't feel it right now. It looks a little small, but maybe the sound is going to be much better. Now, we're going to need a benchmark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to restring my guitar. First of all, I'm going to leave the strings all long, get a little bit of an audio clip of what it sounds like with just plain new strings on it. And then I'm going to put on the power pins and use exactly the same strings. And let's see the tonal difference. So here we go. Right, so we're all restrung. We've got some brand new D'Addario Phosphor Bronze 12 gauge on here, and I have neatly wrapped up the strings at the end so I can redo it afterwards. We are without power pins as we stand. This is as stock as it was when I bought it 20 years ago, and let's see how it sounds. You know what? Every time I put new strings on it, I always think it sounds lovely anyway, and I think, why am I going to change it? But that's not the point of today. So now it is time for us to fit the power pins, the most expensive bag of little bits I've ever bought. In this packet, it looks like we have obviously the 6 power pins and some sort of plate that goes underneath. They attach through by these screws. So there we go, that's what we are looking at there. So we got these screws and washers that all go through the actual hole and replace these pins. So let's see how easy it is. Okay, so I got all the strings off. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so it looks like each one of these has a letter on it. It has either a B, an M, or a T. So therefore I understand that we have obviously bass, middle, and treble. So 2 basses, 2 middle strings, and 2 top strings. Hey, how exciting. My God. Fiddly. All right. Need my smaller hand. The only thing I don't like about this idea is the fact that with all these bits that I've got to screw up on the inside, with what happens when it rattles and it comes loose, am I going to get a load of hassle with that? Okay, so I'm just going to turn it up. Ah, my days! Be careful that I don't grab the cables for my pickup. Alright, it's going well though. It's on. Right, another bass. Here we go. It comes with 3 washers, spacer washers, so I'm just using the one because otherwise the threads don't touch. So I have the main screw, I have a locker washer and then a flat washer. Push that through the plate underneath and then screw up. This is the most interesting YouTube TV that you've probably ever seen. Man does something inside guitar you can't see. I know I'm making it look difficult, but I actually say these are going on quite nicely. May I speak too soon? I haven't finished. For 60 euros, it'd be great if they came with a small pygmy just to do this internal bit. Little tiny person. Just a bit of troll or something. Oh, sorry they don't sing. The last one should be a T. Yes, I got them all right. Super excited about hearing these. Super excited. They better be good. They better be good. What I'm worried about is whether I'm going to get indents left from where the actual power pins sit on the top of the bridge. The plate that they put on the back is obviously going to protect the inside, so I'm not going to get the washers creating things. It's like deep holes in the pocket. Go then. Right. So there they are. The power pins in black. So let's see what strings are like fitting onto them. Oh. So let's go for the bass E. What happens? Okay. More slack. Expected. So you put them in the side. Seem to be struggling with a 52 on the bass. Let's try that slightly differently. There we go. Okay, so the winding is what it's struggling on. So therefore I need more slack to get that off. There we go. Right, in. That would have been a lot easier if I had a new string. So that's not down to them. That's just down to the way I'm doing it. Is it quicker than a normal pin? Yes, it is. Does it matter? Not to me. I'm quite happy with a normal pin. The only thing I can say, if you're taking pins off and you find that regularly you break one, maybe that would save you having to buy a load of pins, but I'm still not buying it for that lot. I'm buying it for the fact that I want to hear the actual tonal difference of what they do. They actually sound brighter to me already, but I don't know if it's just that's what I'm looking for. The true idea is what they're going to sound like at the end of the day. At the end of the day, all right. So the pins are all on. I've got the power plate underneath. The strings, ball ends are now accessible on the top. So the string technically has a nice clean through down the neck. So the break string angle down here is gone. Which hopefully means that will improve string life. As I'm tuning it up, the one thing I'm noticing is the body is vibrating a lot more. I'm not necessarily hearing more bottom end, but it's certainly a crisper sound. But not a sound that I don't like. I don't think it's done an amazing difference. That's the honest truth. I think it sounds nice. It sounds different. To sustain is a little bit longer, I probably expect. Certainly sounds like it's richer for longer. There's not so much decay on it, but there's a lot more clarity in the sound. It doesn't sound so raspy. I think that's what it is. Just a little bit cleaner. Be great for like a pop record. I think it's a lovely recording guitar now. What we've fitted today is the Power Pins 2 with the upgraded power plate. It says high performance package acoustic guitar stringing system. Simple installation, no modifications, quick stringing, fast stable tuning, protects bridge and bridge plates. I wouldn't say it necessarily protects the bridge, but yeah, I think I'm probably going to get some indentations when I take them off, but certainly underneath it's protected. Sustain, yeah, improved. Vibration here is improved, which suggests that you're going to get a louder volume, but I'm not necessarily hearing it. But yeah. I think it's cool. It's good. Worth the money. 52 quid. I'd probably say 35 quid. But then in our current state of affairs with Brexit, etc. at this moment in time, I don't know what it would be like before Brexit. But there you go. I got it from Germany. You got 10 euros shipping. Still, if we look at the price that it is in dollars at $67.99, I still think that's a lot of money. But Bigrock Engineering, the website listed as f1pick.com. Check them out if you feel that they're going to do the job for you. I think they're all right. I just think they're a bit pricey. But yeah, good stuff. They're available, by the way, in silver, black and gold. All seem to be priced exactly the same thing. So there we go. I've been out to work for the last 3 hours using this. Now, given it a good go tonight, and I've actually started to come round to liking it a little bit more. When I first gave my opinion of it earlier, I was a little bit miffed at the amount of money that I'd spent on it for the amount of difference it had done. I think at £52 is a lot of money. 35 quid, I think it is added some benefits. I still think £52 is a lot of money. I think 35 quid is a much better price for this kind of product. In the last 3 hours, I've played multiple tunes, I've used capos, etc. And I've found sort of various techniques are giving me a little bit more expression from these pins. And it's not the fact that it's louder and I'm getting a larger dynamic range. What I'm finding is I'm not getting so much woolliness in the tone that I had without them. And now I'm getting more clarity throughout the sound of my arpeggios, which is far nicer. It's far more in terms of that kind of pop tone. It actually reminds me of like a Yamaha APX, and this is not one of them. So I'm getting that kind of high quality, perfect pop tone. And the one thing I noticed is if I'm doing a palm mute, because of the profile of the pins over the top of the saddle, I'm able to get a lot more control of where that sits. Normally you just plonk it on and you wouldn't think, and I've never thought in the past that maybe you could control it more, but you can. And it's actually really, really nice to have that variability in that expression. The final thing is that when I used a capo, it seemed to become completely alive. The clamp down here and the pins there together, they're just making the overall tone that's so much perfect. That's what I would say. It's perfect. And it's not ideal if you're trying to go for a grungy acoustic set type thing. If you want that pop pristine sound, I would say this is a setup I would definitely go down. I'm going to leave them on for the next, couple of weeks and see how I get on with them. Whether I keep them on for life, I don't know. I kind of like the other tone of my acoustic, that little bit more for the general sound that I'm looking for. But they are certainly nice with them. I'm not going to say don't get them. I'm not going to say they're crap. They're not. They do give a nice expression. They don't do what I thought they were going to do. They don't give me the power. I expected greater volume. I expected greater resonance through the soundboard. That isn't happening. I don't know if I have fitted them correctly, but as far as I'm concerned, I have. Everything is done as it says, and yeah, basically, if you like the pristine sound, go for it. It would be brilliant for country music, that pristine country acoustic guitar, pristine pop acoustic guitar. If you're down the rock grungy road looking for that sort of slightly more volume, I wouldn't go for it personally. But it's certainly given me a new voice for this, which it took a bit of a customization to, acclimatization to, and I actually kind of like it now. Maybe not for permanent, but yeah, it's all right. So there you go. Bigrock Engineering Power Pins version 2 with the upgraded power plate. Right, it's a couple of days since I recorded my clips, and I'm starting to get to the time where I'm doing my audio editing and I'm doing my video editing, and I spotted something which I wanted to include. Basically, in the clips, you can see that I am not getting much in the way of volume differences. I'm not getting a massive increase in sound in the room. The tonal qualities are changing, but I'm not getting a volume increase. And I was confused by that. The title of the product is called a power pin. So power suggests to me that I'm going to get more volume. Now, because of my expectations, I left a lot of sort of headroom in my audio levels in my capture audio software. Now, the way I'm recording my videos is I have a overhead mic, shotgun mic, which is capturing just the general acoustics and my speech in the room. I generally wear a little lapel mic just to capture a little bit of voice, etc., get a bit more clarity from that. And then I'm using the just pickup in the guitar to capture a little bit more clarity in the guitar and blending everything together to get you the final sound. Now, again, in the clips, there isn't really an audible volume difference, but there is a visual difference, and I wanted to show that to you. Now, when we look at the output of my preamp, we can see quite a big difference, pre-pins and post-pins. And I want to make clear to you that because I expected it, I left a lot of headroom. I didn't change the preamp volumes on the output of the guitar or on the input of my interface. So these are both as standard. Now, if we look at the first clip, we can see here, this is the first clip of where I put brand new strings on, but don't put the pins on. And you can see the volume levels in there in my first audio capture as being fairly small when you compare that to post pins. Now this second green box here is with the pins. No increase in output from my preamp, no increase of input gain levels into my software. This is the same settings for both, and you can see a massive increase in the levels of my piezo pickup output. At the top in the purple here, this is the overhead. Now I left my seat in exactly the same spot and I didn't move the mics. We can't really see such a difference. I know it's a slightly smaller zoom level, but if I give you like an average between the first capture here and the matching capture here, the average, I say, even though it's a smaller window of audio, the peaks are tending to go over a little bit. So there is audio difference, but it's maybe 1 dB, maybe 2, etc. Nothing really more than that. But when we look down here, this actual direct recording from the guitar, we can see a massive difference. Now, if I turn on my automation from my mix, we can see that I'm actually dropping the audio down by about 9 dB. So therefore, we could say that the power pins are giving a 9 dB increase in volume through the piezo pickup. So the piezo pickup is fitted immediately underneath the saddle on the bridge. So where everything's clamped together, it's making that whole region vibrate that so much more that I'm getting that 9 dB increase on the pickup. Not in the room, it's not audible in the room, but it is on the pickup. And I found that interesting. So it gives actually kind of some sort of numeric value to the differences of the volume increase from the power pins. Nerd moment over. But there we go. I've been Mark, Saphrox Studios. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please give it a nice subscribe. We've got a load of other reviews and tuition videos, and we've got a load of other things planned for the future. Leave a comment in the comments section below. It would be really good to hear from you. Like I say, I've been Mark, Saphrox Studios. Have a good one and see you soon.